Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin also shows some weakness over the last few hours and has so far failed to break out. In fact, the latest move to the upside here was only in 3 waves. So I'll take the white wave count out. That did fail so far, even though it hasn't made a new low yet. But this doesn't really look convincing anymore because we're hovering around the $16,500 level. And had we really been in a wave 3 to the upside here in yellow already, then it should have really moved quite strongly then in that case. Yeah, at the moment, I'm still thinking wave 2 might still be ongoing because we haven't come down as low as I think Ethereum yet, and there is still a chance that in this sort of bullish breakout pattern we are still just resetting a little bit lower before we start. With Bitcoin, obviously, also here we've got a bullish and a bearish scenario. I'll take you through the bullish one first, because as long as the support level here is holding, which goes down all the way to $16,070, we can focus generally on higher. It's not a high confidence pattern, I have to say that as well. It's not like it's a very, very clear and very, very high probability pattern. But it is a possible long trade setup from this support area. And we talked about that, but it's not high probability. Why is it not high probability? Because this move to the upside here did not really work out very well in proportions. It is one of the few charts where we can actually count 5 waves up. Bitcoin, but then first of all, the proportions aren't great. The wave 3 here was a bit too short. Wave 5 wasn't great, was also a bit too short, and the move down was a bit too deep. So all of that added together doesn't really give us a lot of confidence. So 1, 2, yes, possible. And we're now in the red wave 3. That could take us to around 20K. In that wave 3 in red, we've got obviously our subwaves. And the idea was that we have yellow wave 1, yellow wave 2. That maybe yellow wave 3 has already started from here. Wait 1 second. From here, from that low at around 16,370. But so far it's failed to develop an impulse. It's only 3 up so far. And then we came down, so we didn't hold critical support. Yeah, so what I'm doing, I think this is not an ABC anymore. I think we're gonna get here the possible one more leg up, down, sorry. So it would be not ABC, but similar to what I've done on the Ethereum chart, a WX and then the Y wave. So we reset a little bit lower. Here though, we now have a risk that we get quite close to the previous low at 15,780. If we already go below the yellow support box, it will increase the risk of invalidation. Therefore, obviously, we need to have the green wave count on the radar, which would lead to one more lower low. Also very probable. We just need to see, we need to take it level by level with Bitcoin at the moment. And in this wave Y, we have A, B, C. Why do I move the wave A here? So wave A down, wave B up. Could still go a bit higher. Absolutely. So the wave B will really only get unlikely if we push above that high of 16,000, 17K, this swing high here. Then the wave B will get unlikely, but it could still push higher until we get there. And then a wave C down, and that shouldn't really go below the 16,070 level, which doesn't mean it won't do it. It just means in this pattern, if this is a WXY, it shouldn't really go below that level. And then before we get there, somewhere from this support box, I would like to see this wave 3 to the upside. And again, target for that, I said the red wave 3 can take us to around 20K. This yellow wave 3 depends a little bit on where we actually go down to. To give you a rough idea, could take us to around $18,200. So yeah, I'm not convinced we're going up directly. An early breakout would be possible, and evidence for that would be obtained if we get above the resistance area here, the red zone. That would be at $17,100. If we can make a breakout above that level, it would indicate further upside all the way up to, I said, 18.2K. Also, we still have the green wave count on the radar. It would just simply suggest that we came down here it's a different count, but that we have started a wave from the top here, which was at around 21.4k. We moved down in a third wave. We are now moving up in the fourth wave. Maybe it's already in here, yeah, or maybe it will make a higher high somewhere here and then make one more low. This is unfortunately possible, and this is possible or even likely as long as we stay below one certain level. That is the 50% Fibonacci retracement that is around 18,540. So as long as we stay below that level, so even if we move up here in a wave 3 in yellow, it could still just be a wave C of 4. Why a wave C of 4? Well, if we say we came down in a wave 3 here to 15,600, then it could be that this was just an A wave. We've come down in a wave B, and a wave C to the upside will take us to the 50% retracement, and then we come down. But only if we move above that 50% Fib retracement substantially in a 5-wave move, then it would indicate it's not a wave 4 anymore, and we are most likely in a breakout. Which means we won't really know, even if a wave 3 in yellow is pushing up here, this could still be the wave 4 in green. Yeah, only until we really see that 18,540 level break and we finish, yeah, ideally wave red, wave 3 in red, and then ideally also put the wave 4 and 5 in place. Only then it's much more clear that we have hit the low already. Okay, until then the additional low, the risk of one more low persists, and it could take us into the region between 14 and 15k. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.